First of all, you know, she's mentioning just, okay, you've offered something. Let's say you have a tremendous longing to do work in the world that's meaningful. Like it's a really deep longing. And you know from this work that, you know, desire, there's nothing wrong with desires. A lot of desires are noble, but you're offering it. You're saying the divine, okay, you know my heart, you know my longing. I'm giving this to you for the highest fulfillment. Show me the actions, show me what's needed, guide the way. So she's saying, okay, she's doing that. She's doing the offering, and yet she's noticing that the mind comes back in. It's, you know, clinging. It's like, you know, it wants to control everything. It wants to make things happen. It's still checking. Has it happened yet? All I can say with that is that's normal. That's normal, especially in the beginning. It's so normal. Think about it. We live in a batshit crazy culture that over and over is saying that the mind is in control of everything. And that if only you had your, you know, you were on top of every single thing, you would get the perfect life that you want, or even you, at the very least, you would be safe. You know, that message that if only the mind is strong enough, you'll be safe. And what this work with offering is really saying is actually the deepest safety comes from aligning with the divine flow. That is the safety, to align with the flow as it shows. Take this action, don't take this, leave this, open to this. And over time, the intuition gets stronger and stronger and stronger about how to do it. That's all I can tell you. And I surely do not consider myself some completed work of perfection. Like I say, I don't know where I'm living in 6 months. Like there's all kinds of things that don't get shown. You just start to trust that because you start to go, well, if I'm not shown yet, I don't need to know yet. Like I think everything gets revealed on a need to know basis. So if you're not shown yet, you don't need to know necessarily. And also, you know, there's a little point here from Amy where she goes, you can also just say to the mind, thanks for sharing. That can work too. You know, the mind is doing its thing and you're just like, okay, thank you. Thanks for all that. And then you go right back into the offering. You know, but what I wouldn't do, and I mean this especially right now in these very volatile transits, don't get in an argument with your mind. Don't tell it, oh, you're bad, that you're having worries right now. You should be more evolved than this. You have a 20-year meditation practice. You should never be scared. No, it's like all these things are normal. So the more you're like, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. And then you just keep going back. It's okay. It's been offered. I like a God box for offerings often because, you know that if you read Outrageous Openness, if you write down the problems or the worries and you physically put them into a box, for some people, that's incredibly helpful, as opposed to, you know, just the abstract idea of offering, because then you can literally say to the mind, oh, hey, it's in the box. And you can even open the box and remember that you just put it there. By the way, the one who's so worried is usually the kid, and you know that. So only saying to the kid, thanks for sharing, often isn't enough, because the kid wants you to bring it sometimes into your lap and comfort it and tell it, you know, have a long history of having a very difficult time with technology. Like it's crazy. Given how much Aquarius I have in my chart, it makes no sense. And the other day, I had to send all these bank documents in through a scanner to this bank. And no matter what I was doing, they just kept rejecting my documents. They're saying it wasn't done right. It's crooked. It's this, it's that. And I was reaching this point and my kid was like losing her mind. And she's like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm overwhelmed. Why are you so bad at this? And at that point, it was like stopping, going and sitting with the kid And really just having to say, it's okay. Like, you don't have to be good at everything. There can be things you're terrible at. And no matter how much divine intervention comes, no matter how much I've offered these issues, these are just maybe built into my own personal operating system, that I'm not great at it. And just letting the kid know that she could be terrible at some things, she was completely comforted. And she's like, okay, well, I'm just going to go play while you mess around with this. And in the end, I went to Staples and had them do it. So here's the other side of it. Like, you offer these things, and then you go, I don't have to be good at this stuff. Like, let me go let somebody else do it for $1.50, like Staples did it. And that was the end of like a 4-hour adventure with my scanner.